Let us see how we can place switch orders on the BSE star MF platform. We can place orders in a demat as well as non-demat mode in switch orders. To place an order, you need to opt for the menu switch order, select the AMC name, select from which scheme you would want to switch out, select which scheme you would want to switch into and click view. Next, select the switch tab, enter the client code, after entering the client code you would need to enter the folio number of the particular scheme. Here you need to make a note of a point is that in case if units for the switch in scheme are available in the folio number mentioned, in that case your transaction type would be additional. In case if units to which you would want to switch into are not available in the mentioned folio number, then in that case your transaction type would be fresh. In case if your transaction type is fresh, you will need to enter a minimum amount that is mentioned here as minimum purchase amount. In case if your transaction type is additional, in that case your minimum amount can be as mentioned in the minimum additional purchase amount tab. Next, you could select if the mode is demat or physical. In case if it is demat mode, you would need to mention the number of units. In case if the mode is physical, you can enter the amount or also you can enter the number of units. In case if you are selecting a physical mode and you would want to switch out the entire folio, then in that case select the all unit flag as yes. Also, in case you would want to switch out in a demat mode, if the client has units which is below the lot size as mentioned here, you need to select the checkbox as minimum redemption and post that enter the number of units. The system will accept the order. For your convenience, we place an order. Placing an order in a physical mode. Entering the amount and select the option as switch out. Also, before you switch out, do not forget to mention your EON number. So, once you select the switch out option, your order will be confirmed and placed on the system. In case if you place an order in a physical mode before 3 p.m., your client would receive an email as well as a message to authenticate the order. In case if your client's order is in a demat mode, you would need to transfer the units from the client's DP to BSE's DP before 4:30 p.m. on T day. The DAI's details are mentioned on the screen. In case you are transacting in a physical mode, you can authenticate via email or via SMS. In case you want to authenticate via email, you would need to go to your mailbox. There would be a switch authentication email that you would have received from BSE Star. You would need to select on the online authentication link. The link opens up. You just need to click on the checkbox and save. Once you do this, your authentication is completed. In case if your client fails to authenticate by 3 p.m. on T-day, the order will be rejected and will not be processed. In such a case, you will have to place a fresh order for switch. In case if your client would want to authenticate through an SMS mode, the client will have received a message to which he needs to reply typing yes or no, and there will be a reference number that would be mentioned, which the client needs to type and reply to the number which is mentioned on the message. I would request you to keep a note of this number. So, in the future your client can always send a message on the mentioned number. The number is 9900094472. The message is also to be sent before 3 p.m. on T-day, or else the order will not be processed. Thank you.